There's one more thing I want to say on behalf of the information I got today from a Brittania resident, a friend of mine, Judy Belanger. She says, she's been helping me in terms of trying to get a petition going of the concerned residents here in Brittania Woods that actually want to see Olga shut down because they're tired of the kittens and pups coming out of her home that are so sick and in need of medical treatment and are starving. The problem, Judy says, is that there are a lot of people that are very scared in this neighborhood. They are scared of coming and giving a public testimony. Why? Because they say that Olga is connected to guns. Now, I don't know what she means by that. She's connected to people with guns and violence. And they are afraid for their children. They're afraid for their own safety. Judy said to me after she spoke to her brother and her family, she's thinking twice about coming back and tying up loose ends in terms of what she knows, because they reminded her how dangerous the people connected to Olga really are. Now, there's been a lot of violence in Brittania Woods. There's been a lot of vandalism around the food stations, and I'm wondering if it's connected to Olga. I don't know, simply because of on the night that Judy and I phoned the SPCA and reported what was going on at her house, at Olga's house, that night my food station was vandalized, and somebody broke the dishes and left it in the middle of the road, and I had to clean it up so that cars would not step on the broken dishes. Then, on the night that Ismael was rescued, I didn't realize that Ismael was supposed to have been taken care of by Olga, and that he was living in her backyard and starving. I just rescued Ismael because he was starving and it was getting cold and he was not in a good state. When I spoke to Olga a couple of days after that, she did not tell me it was her cat. She only told Judy that somebody stole her cat. And when I described Ismael to her and explained how sick he was, she didn't say anything. She just said, "Oh my goodness, that's terrible." But then that night, there was another vandalism by the food station, and somebody had taken up the concrete, actually separated the slabs of concrete, taken it up and thrown it down. Now, I don't know how a human could do that. It would take like a forklift to break that concrete. It was vandalism right at the food station where the cat food is. This was the second time it happened. And again, it was connected to the rescue. First was a reporting of the SPCA where the food station was vandalized. Then it was rescuing this cat. And I've heard that Ismael was used by Olga to breed other female cats for kittens. So, what else is going to happen? What else is going to take place now that we have the mother cat that Olga used, and we actually have evidence now to show that, these animals are not being treated very well in our house. What other violence is going to occur as a result? So I can certainly understand why people are afraid to come forward. I can understand that. And what can the police do to protect the Brittania Woods? Like, what can you do? And how do you connect somebody that you suspect that's involved behind the scenes? There's a connection between the violence in this neighborhood and the violence with respect to animals and and what's going on at Olga's house. They are all connected. A number of residents are afraid of her, and they don't want to come forward. They don't want to come against her. And this is a problem that we have in terms of gathering the number of people to even sign a petition or even come and give their testimony. Everyone's scared of her. Now, when I speak to her, I don't see that side of her. I only see a woman that is incapable of telling the truth. We have very cordial conversations. Our last conversation was tense because she didn't agree with vaccinating or vetting animals or licensing them. So, she just didn't want to talk about it and walked away. But in terms of being associated with guns and violence, you know, this is dangerous. It's dangerous to have that in the community. And I think perhaps, you know, I hope the authority figures take our clips seriously and do something about it. We don't need any more terrorizing in Brittania Woods. We don't need any more guns, we don't need any more violence, we don't need any more threats, and the animals certainly don't need any more abuse and neglect than they already have. So please, do your investigation and protect this neighborhood. Thank you.